Drama at the GTEC. Sesko's first goal can't mask another VAR nightmare for United. Welcome to United News, your most trusted source for Manchester United match reports and analysis. When controversial decisions define games and crucial moments shape our season, you need honest coverage that tells the complete story. We've been bringing you unbiased match reports and expert analysis for years, helping you understand what really happened when the emotions have settled and the facts become clear. The question that haunts United again: how many points will VAR cost us this season? What should have been a celebration of Benjamin Sesko finally finding the net for Manchester United instead became another painful reminder of how video assistant referee technology continues to plague the club's season. At the GTEC Community Stadium, United experienced the full range of emotions, from the joy of Sesko's breakthrough goal to the frustration of VAR decisions that defied logic and consistency. This wasn't just another disappointing result. It was a microcosm of United's entire season, moments of genuine quality undermined by controversial officiating, missed opportunities, and the kind of luck that seems to abandon teams when they need it most. The final whistle brought arguments, confusion, and the familiar feeling that United had been hard done by once again. But beneath the controversy lies a more fundamental question about this United team. Even with Sesko finally scoring, even with moments of genuine quality, why do they keep finding ways to let crucial points slip away? Sesko's breakthrough moment. The one unquestionably positive story from this chaotic afternoon was Benjamin Sesko's first goal for Manchester United. The build-up that showed United's potential. The goal came in the 23rd minute and showcased exactly what United fans have been hoping to see more of this season. The move began with patient build-up play that involved several players working together to create the opening. Matheus Cunha and Bruno Fernandes combined intelligently to work the ball into a dangerous position. This wasn't just individual brilliance, it was the kind of team move that suggests the attacking partnerships are finally beginning to click. Clinical finish under pressure. When the chance arrived, Sesko showed the composure that made United pay big money for his services. Inside the penalty area, with defenders around him and the goalkeeper to beat, he kept his nerve and slotted the ball home with confidence. The finish itself was excellent, not spectacular, but clinical and assured. These are exactly the kind of goals that United need their striker to score consistently if they're going to challenge for their objectives this season. Emotional release. Sesko's celebration, pointing to the badge with obvious emotion, showed just how much this moment meant to him personally. The pressure of being a big-money signing without a goal must have been weighing heavily on the young striker. This emotional release could be crucial for his confidence going forward. Sometimes that first goal opens the floodgates for strikers who have been struggling to find their rhythm. What it means for United's attack. Having a striker who can finish chances should transform United's attacking play. Too many good moves have broken down in the final third because the finishing hasn't been clinical enough. If Sesko can build on this goal and start scoring regularly, it will take pressure off other attacking players and give the team a focal point they've been missing. The Collins controversy that changed everything. Just when United seemed to be taking control of the game, a moment of VAR chaos shifted the entire momentum. The challenge that should have been red. Nathan Collins' challenge on Mbeumo appeared to be a textbook red card offense. As the last man, his intervention denied what looked like a clear goal-scoring opportunity for Brentford. Under current rules, this kind of challenge should result in an immediate sending off. The fact that Collins remained on the pitch baffled United players, staff, and supporters. VAR's baffling decision process. What made the situation even more confusing was the sequence of events that followed. Initially, Mbeumo appeared to have scored from the move, but VAR then ruled out the goal for a foul earlier in the build-up. Instead of dealing with the obvious red card offense, VAR then awarded United a penalty for a separate incident that occurred during the same passage of play. Inconsistent application of rules. This decision highlighted the inconsistent way that VAR is being applied in the Premier League. How can the same incident result in a penalty for United but no red card for what appeared to be a clear denial of a goal-scoring opportunity? The lack of clear explanation from officials left everyone involved, players, managers, and fans, confused about what had actually been decided and why. Impact on game flow. Beyond the specific rights and wrongs of the decision, The lengthy VAR review completely disrupted the flow of the game. What should have been a moment of clarity instead created more confusion and controversy. This stop-start nature of modern football affects the rhythm that both teams are trying to establish and can favor the team that benefits from the delay. Fernandes' penalty miss. A moment to forget. The penalty situation provided Bruno Fernandes with a golden opportunity to extend United's lead and potentially put the game beyond Brentford's reach. The pressure moment. Stepping up to take penalties is one of the biggest pressure situations in football. As United's designated penalty taker and captain, Fernandes has handled these moments well in the past. However, this miss came at a crucial time when United needed to capitalize on their advantage and the controversial circumstances that led to the penalty. Technical analysis of the miss. Fernandes sent his effort wide of the goal, suggesting either a loss of concentration or perhaps overthinking the situation. Sometimes players can become too clever with their penalty technique instead of trusting their usual method. The miss wasn't just disappointing in terms of the immediate impact on the score. It also represented a massive psychological shift in the game's momentum. Psychological impact. Missing penalties can affect a player's confidence for the rest of the match and potentially beyond. For a player like Fernandes who takes responsibility for so many crucial moments, this failure hits particularly hard. The crowd's reaction, Brentford fans celebrating while United supporters groaned, created an atmosphere that suddenly favored the home team despite the controversial circumstances. Pattern of missed opportunities. This penalty miss fits into a broader pattern of United failing to capitalize on key moments throughout the season. These missed opportunities often prove costly when games are decided by fine margins. The ability to punish opponents when chances arise separates successful teams from those that consistently underperform relative to their talent level. The offside goal that sealed United's fate. The goal that ultimately cost United points was surrounded by its own controversy and questionable officiating decisions. Clear offside position. Replays showed that Brentford's goalscorer was in an offside position when the ball was played to him. From multiple angles, it appeared obvious that he was ahead of the last United defender. This is exactly the kind of decision that VAR was introduced to correct. Clear and obvious errors like offside positions should be straightforward for video technology to identify and rectify. VAR's inexplicable decision. Despite the clear visual evidence, VAR allowed the goal to stand. This decision defied logic and consistency, particularly given how strictly offside decisions are usually enforced in the Premier League. The failure to overturn such an obvious mistake raises serious questions about either the competence of the VAR officials or the technology being used to make these determinations. Amorim's justified anger. Ruben Amorim's furious reaction on the touchline was completely understandable given the circumstances. As a manager trying to build momentum and confidence, seeing such obvious errors go against your team is incredibly frustrating. His animated protests reflected the feelings of United players and supporters who couldn't understand how such a clear mistake could be allowed to stand. Game-changing impact. This goal didn't just affect the scoreline, it completely changed the psychological dynamic of the match. Instead of protecting a lead, United suddenly found themselves chasing the game again. The timing of the goal, coming after their own missed opportunities, made it even more damaging to United's confidence and game plan. The broader pattern of VAR problems. This match represents just the latest in a series of controversial VAR decisions that have affected United's season. Inconsistent standards. The lack of consistency in VAR decision-making has been a problem throughout the Premier League this season. What constitutes a clear and obvious error seems to change from week to week. This inconsistency makes it impossible for players, managers, and fans to understand what standards are being applied and what they can expect from officials. Impact on United specifically. United seem to have been particularly affected by questionable VAR decisions this season. Whether this is bad luck, poor timing, or something more systematic is difficult to determine. What's clear is that these decisions are having a real impact on results and potentially on where United finish in the league table. Undermining confidence. Repeated controversial decisions create a siege mentality that can affect how players perform in crucial moments. When you expect decisions to go against you, it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. This psychological impact extends beyond individual games and can affect the overall confidence and performance levels of the entire team. Need for reform. The Premier League needs to address these issues with VAR implementation before they completely undermine the credibility of the competition. Clear communication and consistent application of standards are essential. Team performance analysis. Looking beyond the controversial decisions, United's performance contained both encouraging and concerning elements. Positive attacking displays. The goal that United scored showed genuine quality and understanding between their attacking players. The movement and passing that created the opportunity were exactly what fans want to see more of. Sesco's willingness to make runs and get into scoring positions, combined with the creativity of players like Cunha and Fernandes, suggests the attacking unit is developing. Defensive vulnerabilities exposed. However, United's defensive performance raised familiar concerns about their ability to maintain concentration and organization throughout matches. The ease with which Brentford created chances and ultimately scored suggests that defensive issues remain a significant problem that needs addressing. Midfield battle mixed. In midfield, United showed both positive and negative aspects. They created chances and controlled periods of the game, but also allowed Brentford to create dangerous situations. The absence of Casemiro through suspension may have affected the defensive balance, highlighting the importance of having experienced players available for crucial games. Mental resilience questions. The way United responded to setbacks during the match raised questions about their mental resilience and ability to handle adversity. Championship-level teams find ways to overcome controversial decisions and maintain their performance levels regardless of external factors. Individual player assessments. Several players deserve specific mention for their contributions to this dramatic encounter. Sesko's breakthrough. Obviously, Sesko's goal was the highlight of his performance and potentially his United career to date. The confidence and composure he showed in the crucial moment suggest he's adapting to English football. However, he'll need to build on this performance and show that he can contribute consistently rather than just in isolated moments. Fernandes' mixed day. Bruno Fernandes' performance encapsulated the frustrating nature of United's afternoon. His creative play helped create the goal, but his penalty miss was a crucial failing. As captain and key player, Fernandes needs to be more reliable in these pressure moments when the team depends on his leadership. Defensive concerns. The defensive unit struggled to cope with Brentford's direct approach and physical presence. Questions about organization and communication remain unresolved. Individual errors and collective confusion contributed to the problems that ultimately cost United valuable points. Goalkeeping performance. Bayender's performance in goal will also face scrutiny, particularly regarding his positioning and decision-making for the controversial goal that was allowed to stand. Tactical analysis. The tactical battle revealed interesting insights about both teams' approaches and adaptability. United's system under pressure. Amorim's tactical system faced a real test against Brentford's direct and physical approach. The way United coped with this challenge was mixed at best. While they created good chances going forward, the defensive structure looked vulnerable to the kind of direct play that many Premier League teams employ. Brentford's effective approach. Despite their league position, Brentford showed why they can be difficult opponents for any team. Their direct style and work rate created problems that United struggled to solve. The way they exploited United's defensive weaknesses suggests other teams will have studied this performance closely. In-game adjustments. Both managers made tactical adjustments during the match, but the controversial decisions overshadowed much of the tactical battle. The ability to adapt during games when initial plans aren't working perfectly remains crucial for success at this level. Fan reactions and atmosphere. The reactions of both sets of supporters reflected the dramatic and controversial nature of the match. United fans' frustration. United supporters left the ground feeling frustrated not just with the result, but with the standard of officiating that contributed to their team's disappointment. The sense that their team had been unfairly treated by VAR decisions added to the pain of dropping points in a game they felt they should have won. Brentford's relief. Home supporters were naturally delighted with the result, though even some acknowledged that the controversial decisions had played a significant role in their team's success. The atmosphere during VAR reviews showed how these technological interventions affect the matchday experience for supporters. Impact on future matches. The controversy surrounding this match will likely affect the atmosphere and expectations for United's upcoming fixtures, both home and away. Looking forward, lessons and implications. This match provides several important lessons and has significant implications for United's season. Building on Sesko's goal. The priority must be helping Sesco build confidence from his first goal and create more opportunities for him to find the net regularly. This breakthrough could be the catalyst for improved attacking performance if properly managed and supported. Addressing defensive issues. The defensive problems exposed in this match need urgent attention if United are to achieve their objectives this season. Individual errors and collective confusion cannot continue if the team wants to compete consistently at the required level. Mental resilience development. Perhaps most importantly, United need to develop the mental resilience to overcome setbacks and controversial decisions without letting them affect overall performance. The best teams find ways to win even when things don't go their way, and this is an area where United clearly need improvement. VAR adaptation. While VAR decisions are beyond the team's control, learning to adapt to the realities of modern football officiating becomes increasingly important. This includes maintaining concentration during lengthy reviews and not letting controversial decisions affect subsequent performance. Conclusion. Progress amid controversy. This match at the GTEC Community Stadium perfectly encapsulated Manchester United's season, moments of genuine quality and progress undermined by controversial decisions and missed opportunities. Benjamin Sesko's first goal for the club should have been the headline, representing a breakthrough moment for a player who needed to find his scoring touch. Instead, the story became another chapter in United's ongoing struggles with VAR decisions and the kind of luck that seems to abandon teams when they most need it. The Collins challenge that should have resulted in a red card, the penalty miss that could have secured the points, and the offside goal that sealed United's fate all combined to create another frustrating afternoon. Yet beneath the controversy and disappointment, there were signs of progress. Sesko's goal showed the clinical finishing United have been missing, while the build-up play demonstrated that attacking partnerships are beginning to develop. These positive elements provide hope for the future even amid the immediate frustration. The challenge now is learning from this experience without letting the controversy overshadow the genuine improvements that were evident. United cannot control VAR decisions, but they can control their response to setbacks and their ability to capitalize on opportunities when they arise. Ruben Amorim will need to help his players develop the mental resilience required to overcome these kinds of setbacks. The best teams find ways to win even when decisions go against them, and this is an area where United clearly need development. For the supporters, this match was another reminder of the fine margins that define modern football and the frustrating impact that controversial officiating can have on results. The fact remains that United created enough chances to win this game comfortably, regardless of VAR decisions. Moving forward, the focus must be on building from the positives, Sesko's goal, periods of good attacking play, and signs of tactical development, while addressing the ongoing issues that continue to cost points in crucial moments. At Unite United News, we'll continue providing honest analysis of United's performances, celebrating the positives while not shying away from the areas that need improvement. When controversial matches like this define seasons, you need coverage that explains what really happened and what it means for the future. Keep checking back with Unite United News for continued coverage of United's season, including analysis of how they respond to this latest setback and whether the positive signs can finally be turned into consistent results.